Retirement planning is a crisis in America, but typical salaried workers with W-2 jobs at least end up with some savings in their 401 accounts being provided by their employers. However, gig workers face an even more concerning reality. They are just not prepared for retirement, and most don't know if and how they can do that.
The significant downside is the inability of the gig economy to save for retirement.
This is how they typically answer the question: how do you plan to survive retirement financially? Lack of retirement planning help is one of the major drawbacks of the gig economy. At the same time, the gig economy offers you a lot of flexibility and independence. In this video, we'll discuss how you can have best of both worlds: a reliable retirement plan while having the flexibility of working as a freelancer. So what is the biggest concern that a gig worker has while thinking about saving for retirement? It is where to find that money to save for retirement.
40% of the folks that they surveyed indicated that they did not have any kind of retirement savings plan. And the number one issue that they cited to is for the reason for not being able to do so was cash flow.
As it is, affording day-to-day finances is a big challenge in itself. So let me share some cool tricks on how to find the money to save. See, there is an option where you can just have free money given to you legally by the government. I'll tell you about that in a moment. But first, let me tell you how you can create some extra money on your own. Chapter 1. How to afford retirement savings. The very first thing that you can do to find money to save for retirement is by pricing your services correctly. Many gig workers, particularly those who are starting out new, price their services very low. While it may be a good strategy to start work and start getting some traction, you should need to move very quickly to start pricing your services right so that you have some margin left to save for taxes as well as retirement. Here's a simple formula. If your plan is to charge $25 an hour for you to have a comfortable life, you should aim to charge your clients about $40 an hour. Then you can set aside the remaining $15 an hour for taxes and retirement and still get the $25 that you need today to live your life. This system can work similarly even if you are paid for a job or a project, as long as you know how much you need to make to have a good financial life while you take care of all other obligations like taxes and retirement. This way, saving doesn't feel like money has been taken away from your daily necessities that you have today. Now you must be wondering, it's not easy to just ask for a higher amount. Let me tell you, it is. I encourage you to do a simple exercise with me to boost your confidence that you can indeed demand a higher price. Say you have the skill of a web developer. We're just going to use it as an example. Now, one of the popular platforms for gig workers is Fiverr.com. So let's go on Fiverr and search for jobs available for WordPress website development. As you can see, these jobs typically have a starting pay of about $100. But scroll to see what other services have been advertised. Here you can see somebody is asking $450 or $350 for similar work. And check this one out. This gig worker is charging upward of $995 for similar work. Now, it's not to say that you can demand whatever you want for your services. However, this is to illustrate that people can pay and are paying different and higher rates for similar services. Once you convince yourself that demanding higher rate is possible, the next step is to explore and understand how others are doing it and then design your marketing accordingly. You should also be open to learning additional skills if required to be among the top paid gig workers in your area of expertise. Now that we have established that it's possible for gig workers to find some extra money to save for retirement, now let's talk about what to do with that money for it to be most effective in retirement planning. It's not that you have the HR or accounting team or the tax department of your employer which is helping advising you or offering you a 401k plan to do this retirement planning and savings. However, there are other options when it comes to retirement planning for gig workers. Chapter 2. Retirement accounts for gig workers. First are the IRAs. Anyone, including gig workers, who has some income coming can very quickly open an individual retirement account, IRA, or Roth IRA very quickly using online services like Fidelity or Charles Schwab. The regular IRAs can be funded with pre-tax dollars. So whatever you contribute to the IRA, you don't have to pay tax on them now. On the other hand, the Roth IRA is funded by post-tax dollars. So you first pay taxes like you do, and then you take your money and fund the Roth IRA. This account will grow tax-free and the withdrawals will be tax-free as well. Second are the SEP IRAs. If you have a formal business where you are self-employed, as a gig worker, you can benefit from SEP IRAs. These accounts again allow a worker to contribute certain percentage of their income to the retirement account. Third are the solo 401k plans. If you're a gig worker with a business but no employee, consider a solo 401k plan. The great thing about the solo 401k plan, which I also use, is that it lets you contribute both as an employer and the employee, potentially allowing for much higher contribution than the annual limits set by IRS. Fourth are the health savings accounts or the HSAs. HSAs are my favorites, but in order to open an HSA, you need to have enrolled in a high deductible health insurance plan. Now, most gig workers are typically enrolled in high deductible health plans just because their premiums are lower. So if you are one such worker, you may be eligible to open an health savings account. You can contribute to the HSA tax-free. Amounts in HSA can be used for medical expenses either now or in retirement. But interestingly, the HSA savings can also be used to supplement income in retirement, as you can take advantage of HSA where not only contribution but growth and certain withdrawals are also tax-free. Finally, there are the taxable brokerage accounts. If all these other options discussed looks too complex for you to handle, worry not. You can just open a regular brokerage account which you use to do investment in stock market. As long as you can have the discipline to A, invest regularly, and B, not take money out of them for any reason. These accounts can act as reliable retirement accounts. That's great. But what about the free money that I can get from the government? I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And it's very interesting. But have you thought why gig workers in particular have been left so vulnerable when it comes to retirement planning? Almost all the retirement planning options and the laws were created for typical employees, those who work full-time with one employer. But the world has rapidly changed around us. Chapter 3, State of the Union of gig workers. As independent contractors, gig economy workers have become a growing sector of the economy. Many are drawn for the flexibility and independence, allowing you to work as much or as little as you want, of course, demand permitting. And this is often required in today's world for competing demands like work-life balance, childcare, education. But the positions lack job security and steady paychecks. The US gig economy, which comprises of 73 million gig workers in 2023, is expected to grow to more than 76 million by next year in 2024. While financial planning in the gig economy looks different than the W2 workers, it is essential and highly encouraged by the experts. While it is true that traditionally laws and regulations have been geared almost exclusively towards full-time regular workers, in recent times our lawmakers and regulations have started looking at gig economy and have taken some steps to encourage retirement savings by gig economy workers as well. Chapter 4, Regulations and Laws in US to help the gig economy workers. The best part is, now I'm going to talk about the free money that is going to be available to those who may need some help while planning for their retirement. President Biden signed the Secure 2.0 Act in December 2022. This law introduced a Savers Match, a new incentive that is designed to help low wages and moderate income workers plan for their retirement years by building a small nest egg, by allowing the government to do a direct contribution to their retirement accounts. Under this new program, the federal government will contribute a 50% match for up to $2,000 contribution by the worker in a retirement plan. It can be a workplace plan or it can be an individual retirement account that can give the worker up to $1,000 per person. Eligibility is based on income and the contribution is reduced after certain limits. Single filers can earn up to $35,500 and those married filing jointly can earn up to a maximum of $71,000 to be eligible for the government match. Unfortunately, this savers match won't be available for the next 4 years until 2027 while lawmakers iron out the details. So gig workers must figure out how to still save for their retirement without this carrot for the government, at least until 2027. Another issue with this is that it relies on gig workers to open their individual retirement accounts. And we know that most of them just don't do that. Well, those that watch videos like this are all set, but not others. But there may be a solution for everyone else as well. Enter the Retirement Savings for Americans Act, RSAA. It's not a law yet, but this is a bipartisan proposal that is still being discussed. Under this proposed law, any worker who is having some income but is not covered under any retirement plan by their employer would automatically be covered under the federal TSP plan, which is Thrift Savings Plan. This will be very similar to auto enrollment that happens with many private employers, where whether you choose or not, you are automatically enrolled into a 401k plan. This plan would automatically deduct 3% of each participant's paycheck and put it in their retirement accounts. And then federal government will step in with 1% automatic match and up to 4% match in terms of refundable tax credit. Hence 1 plus 4, 5% total contribution by the federal government. And then workers would have an option to either increase or decrease their contributions or even opt out if they desire. So imagine if this law is passed, this act will take low income, middle income workers who do not have access to any retirement savings plan, that obviously includes all the gig workers, and put them into the federal TSP plan. And then on top of that, bring in a 5% match from the federal government. That's all free money. Well, that sounds exciting. there has been some concern and criticism of even this plan. Critics like the American Retirement Association worry that this plan is so good that it may encourage some private employers to simply stop offering retirement plans and then nudge or force their workers to go join this federal plan. But from the perspective of a gig worker, this is an excellent plan. US gig workers have to double as their own HR and CFO departments and take care of their financial matters much more consciously than their W2 counterparts. They uniquely need to take charge of their own retirement and start saving as soon as possible if they are not saving already. Fortunately, there are many ways for them to do so, as we discussed in this video. So let me know if you have dabbled in gig work and have used any of these methods to plan for retirement. And do you have any additional suggestions that we didn't discuss in this video? Let us know those as well. If you like this video, check out this other video of mine. I would also appreciate if you can give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. See you.